about programming educational app. So over the past years, computer science and technology information graduates have been in high demand. In the era of globalization and knowledge-based economy, relevant job occupations have become an area of substantial interest. However, learning programming is generally considered a difficult achievement, and courses with this subject area often present a high dropout rate and failure of learners. So the amount of online resources today is simply ridiculous. There is so much to learn and so many courses to try. I think this enthusiasm is great, but for new people coming into this field, it can be overwhelming and even frustrating trying to figure out where to start or how to stay focused. So each month, there is an estimated 500,000 opening for computing jobs nationwide, and a lack of adequately trained people fill these positions. So according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the occupation groups which account for the largest number of jobs are professionals, more than 3 million or almost 1 in 4 Australian workers. And computing professionals' employment is projected to grow strongly over the 5 years to May 2023 up to 10.9%. So a quick summary of my industry. I graduated Bachelor of Information Technology, major in application in 2017. And I find interesting to present something about educational study of programming. Therefore, I analyze and identify problem summary and issues in the two case studies that I will be going to present in the next slide. So the first problem where lecturing or reading textbooks are not sufficient to learn programming. It also says existing introductory programming MOOC have failed to provide instructionally sound experience for learners. MOOC means massive open online course. So employers does not invest in learning. And the third one is employer does not invest in learning and development at all. And these problems will be discussed in the following slide. So I find this case study that was discussed about introductory programming with massive open online course. It was pointed out in the problem statement section that the best and fastest approach to learn and grasp the concept of computational thinking is through programming. But finding effective and affordable learning environments to introduce programming skills to a massive scale of students remains a challenge for them. So their problem were lecturing or reading textbooks are not sufficient to learn programming. Existing introductory programming massive open online courses have failed to provide instructionally sound experience for learners due to lack of effective instructional design. As a teaching method, lecturers do not work in helping students acquire programming skills alone as well. And their traditional approach in blended learning, the learners choose the time and place for self-study, but the pace is regulated by instructor and a schedule of classroom activities. But according to the studies, it shows that the students' performance will improve when employing advanced and standard collaborative tools in teaching introductory programming online. So, in the interview in this case study too, when learners who received no support for their MOOC coursework were asked why, the most common answer was that their employees does not invest in learning and development at all. So many learners also felt that their companies were reluctant to fund employees' development, fearing that they lose those skills to competitors. So as a typical millennial employee, we need to acquire new skills throughout our career. As jobs increasingly blend different sets of skills and technological competencies are often in the mix. So, and also not all employees can stay in the office after working hours to study or to go to another city for a training. So in this case study, it was discussed that a lot of people who want to become better at their jobs are fending off themselves. Organizations could change that by encouraging and supporting enrollment in massive open online courses. MOOC have gradually shifted toward offering content that is relevant to the world of work. Course topics ranges from machine learning and Java programming to communication and leadership. So given that employees are already using massive online courses to acquire professional skills and improve their career prospect on their own, but companies have an untapped opportunities to harness this kind of learning in the service of organizational goals. So in this regard, it is clear that massive open online courses are playing an important role in individuals' development. So the question is whether more employers will support them. Doing so would benefit employees and organizations alike. But most employed learners are now making the journey on their own. So the SWOT analysis of educational app platform. The strength where e-learning methods and processes are really strong. These strengths of the online learning modes can rescue us from these hard times. So it's time flexibility. It is student-centered and offered a great deal of flexibility in terms of time and location. It caters wide audience. The e-learning methods enable us to customize our procedure and processes based on the needs of the learners. The wide availability of the content, anytime, anywhere features of e-learning is beneficial in times of crisis-like situation. For instance, man-made disasters, pandemics such as COVID-19. So the closure of places and unsafe traveling by roads can create a lot of troubles, but e-learning will at least not keep us deprived and getting education at our home or workplace. Weaknesses. So first, e-learning has a certain weakness in the form that it can hamper the communication between the learner and the instructor. That is, direct communication and human touch are lost. So time management, the time and location flexibility. Through it is strength of online learning, these aspects are fragile and create problems. Students' non-serious behavior in terms of time and flexibility can cause a lot of problems. Confusions, distractions, and frustrations. Some do not feel comfortable while learning online, leading to increased frustration and distraction and confusion. And also learners' capability of confidence. All students and learners are not the same. They vary in the degree of their capabilities and confidence level. The opportunities are like online learning generally has a lot of opportunities available. But this time of crisis, it will allow online learning to boom as most academic institutions have switched to this model. So it is training skills. The usage of online learning will test both the instructors and learners. It will enhance problem-solving skills, critical thinking abilities, and adaptability among the learners. User can be any of age. In this critical situation, users of any age can access the online tools and reap the benefits of time and location flexibility associated with online learning. So, scope for innovation and digital development. This is a time when there is a lot of scope in bringing out surprising innovation and digital developments. So, the challenges are online learning faces many challenges, ranging from content issues, learners, and instructors' issues. So the quality of learning, some concerns among instructors regarding quality and the capacity of e-learning platform to provide instructionally sound learning experience for the learners. The step-by-step guide can be prepared by academic institution that can guide the instructors and students on how to access the use of various e-learning tools and how to cover major curriculum content via the technologies, thereby reducing the digital illiteracy. Researchers shows that it is important to design educational activities that boost intrinsic motivation because this can lead to better learning outcomes. Therefore, I propose an online coding educational app that make coding accessible, and anyone can learn programming technology along with its accessible and any one can learn programming technology along with its practical development to make a career in it that also offers diversity, openness, and autonomy. The first is diversity, which promotes crowd thinking and echo chambers by engaging participants with different social backgrounds to collaborate in discussion and settings. Second is openness, which means that educational resources should be freely available and accessible to learners. Third is autonomy, to allow learners to decide for themselves what topic they want to learn and when and how they want to achieve this. So the target users are students and professionals in a digital era, which requires them to develop a range of competencies and skills to prepare them for a life in constant technological evolution. So, for employees in ICT industry, digitalization offers great opportunities not only for study on the go and 24/7. So these features is mostly appreciated by employers, but to upskills in a user-friendly environment when they feel the need, such a learning platform full of relevant information which is always at their fingertips, encourages the self-learner in people. They feel control over their learning and acquire self-organizing skills as well. So, my proposed app, it contains courses in programming technology from beginner to expert level, so anyone can learn programming technology along with its practical development to make a career in it. And the aim of the solution is to make the people who want to learn in technologies to build a strong career. So, second one is the flexibility is another interesting aspect of online learning. A learner can schedule or plan their time for completion of courses available online. So online learning is incorporated into the workflow and helps employees and students to get the right information at the right time. So this is the mobile mock-up that I've done. So more than 67 of organizations already offer online learning in some form, and the trend is growing. So according to Deloitte Millennial Survey, it indicates that millennials will comprise 75% of the global workforce by 2025. Unlike previous generation, most millennials are almost glued to their gadgets and feel much more comfortable being online than in classroom. So programming educational app seems to be an ideal solution for millennials working in ICT. So this app will contain programming courses that allow young adults and professionals to learn how to code with proper coding classes and environment that works for them online. So the courses in the app offered are designed to teach users to code with core programming skills and improve proficiencies of the user code language. So the MVP features of educational app for students are visual learning, interaction, gamification, and there's also a compiler that consists of a compile for program language to practice and write their own code, run it without any additional software. So this is to design a user-friendly interface for the app to prevent the user from being overwhelmed by distracting features. So the cost-effective solution I designed was as follows. So first, to use the app, user need to log in. And to choose the right courses, students need to look through the details like the course programs and descriptions. My aim is to gamify the way adults learn how to code. Therefore, it will have lessons that users how to code. To see the list of upcoming lessons and tasks, students need a menu features. It may contain chosen courses, list of tasks, and tests. Also, there should be a list of marks to track progress. As a result, learners are organized and the learning process is easy. So, when the user is taking a course and they want to talk to an instructor or mentor, they can easily contact them through via app with gamified e-courses. They can also challenge other students and amass points and acquire other bonuses for completed challenges. So employees will come to realize that learning can be interesting and engaging experience using this app. So the estimated time frame for this within 6 months is during analysis phase, the educational topic of the course is analyzed in order to specify the purpose of learning, the knowledge domain, and the main learning goals. So during the design phase, learning activities and learning objects are designed to demonstrate the way the knowledge will be offered to the learners. In development phase, the learning objects are developed. And in implementation phase, the educational process implemented using the defined time frame. During this phase, the technical support provides technical support through the educational process. So basically, my app idea along with business and functional necessities influence the app development cost. So how much does it cost? This app needs to divide features into two groups according to the user roles for students and instructors. So educational mobile app development costs consist of various parts. The most significant amount of development time and cost take features. In the previous slides, I've singled out the required features of the learning application. So when making an app like this, you'll invest a fair bit into design services, back-end and web development, project management, not to mention Android and iOS native app development. The app development process starts with a building MVP, and it includes the app, the demand supplies, and dashboards, but with limited functionality. So the total man hours round are around 6 months, which puts the cost of developing such an app to around $200,000, assuming that the team works for $50 an hour. However, since hourly rates roughly ranges from $20 to $150, medium costs could be higher or lower. Yep, that's the end of my presentation. Thank you so much.